Forget spinning your wheels. Today on The Express, we've got the fast and the fabulous.
On today's show, Jason Glatt's Suicidal Cycles.
The hazard, the excitement, the danger, that just makes it all fun, right?
Blue skates, yellow skates, pink skates.
Roller girl Lisa Suggett.
One way to get your art into the world is to put it on the car.
Ken Gerberick's car art.
Good morning, my friend.
International unicyclist Dal Fleischer. See that and more. Local expression.
Welcome to The Express. I'm Johanna Ward. Unicycles, remote-controlled cars, roller derby warriors, and the Fiat 500. There are all kinds of Hot Wheels and hot rods in this town, especially here in Surrey, where it's all about one-of-a-kinds at Suicidal Cycles' brand new shop.
The sound of a hot rod motor and a hot rod Harley, there's just nothing better in the world. The hazard, the excitement, the danger, that just makes it all fun, right? Why do people jump off of cliffs and build? It's because it's dangerous and it's exciting.
That draw to danger, the pull to push boundaries. It also translates to the building of bikes. Jason Glatt of Suicidal Cycles is willing to build anything once, and only once.
Absolutely everything done by hand.
Everything in this bike done by hand. Custom gas tank. The entire front end of this bike is all hand built. We even twisted the steel to make it look like it's curled like that. Everything I do is a complete custom one-off. We build every frame from scratch. We build all the gas tanks from scratch. So when you come to me for a bike, it's one of a kind. There's one out there and it's yours and that's it.
I've never seen anything that looks like this, especially this glass cylinder here.
The glass cylinder is the oil tank. Harley-Davidson's use an external oil tank. It's a dry sump oiling system. So we decided to do something different, and it's supposed to look like an old lamp from a ship from the 1800s.
I kind of think it looks like it's about to take over the world, and I'll follow, okay?
I'm not the only one. Jason's developed a loyal and ever-growing following. In the 6 years since he quit his day job, he says there's never been a time when the shop wasn't full of work.
I mean, I've done bikes as low as $8,000. They look a lot more expensive than $8,000, and I think the most expensive bike I've ever built is about $80,000. This one was a bit of a record build. I think 5 weeks start to finish. Pulled this one off. One of the unique features in this bike, it's kind of common to some of the stuff we do, is that very old school shifting technique. It's just like driving a car. You have to use your foot for the clutch and reach down here to shift your gears. So it makes it a little quirky in traffic and on rough roads, but it definitely adds to some of the excitement.
That's an old school feature called a suicide shift, one that has nothing to do with the name of the shop. That came to be from a bad crash Jason had years ago.
After the crash, I started riding around with a cast on, and it just sort of picked up as people called me suicidal, so it stuck and sounded like a good name for a shop, so we just kept it.
Whether living on the edge or on fast tires, for Jason, choppers are a lifestyle and a love.
It's like being a musician or an actor or anybody that creates something with their hands. Is starting with something that starts in your head, you put it on steel, and at the end of the day, you've got something that didn't exist at the beginning of the day. That's the best fun of it all.
I'm sold. I'm ready to live dangerously, and I think that this is the bike I want.
Sounds good to me, but I'm thinking that one's going to take you a few years to work off.
The website is suicidalcycles.com. So, you know, Jason got his very first bike at just 7 years old, and it was a Honda 70, which he still has. You can watch for him on the roads because he rides this bike, Redemption, every day. You're watching The Express, and up next, it's another person who gave up a traditional day job to follow their passion. In this case, roller skating. Yeah, this die-hard roller derby girl started her own shop, and it's growing as fast as the sport itself.
Roller skates aren't what they used to be.
Blue skates, yellow skates, pink skates.
How important are the socks? Well, the socks are everything. Sort of a way of showing your personality.
Lisa Suggett has been roller skating her whole life. She's even turned her passion into a business.
I just found it was really difficult to find roller skates in Canada. So I started buying used skates and fixing them up and putting new parts on them and selling them to friends.
That was 10 years ago. Since then, business has really taken off.
We have the largest retail roller skate shop in the world right now. We provide roller skates for derby girls, recreational skaters all over Canada, the US, and overseas. It's kind of like football on roller skates.
Lisa's also a founding member of the Terminal City Roller Girls, and roller derby is a big part of her business.
Roller derby has been amazing for our company. It is just a really, really fun, phenomenal sport, and it's growing like crazy right now.
It's a sport that's created by women and driven by women. It's also a full contact sport.
Lucy Croysdale is also in the derby business. She sells her clothes at Lisa's store.
I wanted to make something that worked, that was fun, and that also, reflected the influences of roller derby because it's quite its own little culture.
So I'm going to get you to put this on.
Roller skating has really changed since the 1980s.
What color wheels would you like?
But Lisa likes to keep a little piece of 80s nostalgia in her store.
One of my favorite things in the store is our 1981 roller disco pinball machine. It is beautiful.
I'm Bianca Salterbeck in Vancouver for The Express.
You can go to Lisa's website, rollergirl.ca, to get more information and to check out her videos. She has everything from a beginner's guide to roller skating to aggressive roller skating 101. You're watching The Express, and we have more Hot Wheels coming up.
After the break,
One way to get your art into the world is to put it on the car.
East Van Car Art,
Good morning, my friend.
a one-wheeled wonder. You're watching local TV on The Express.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.